You are listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Stepping up the ring and onto the mic. Golden locks, throwing chains on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat. Down, turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cake smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. I'm the Lord of Saturday night. One hand thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am your host, the owner of RAWF. I am Lord Amadeus. With me this week, the legendary luchador himself. Please welcome.
¡Hola, muchachos!
He is El Vacant. Hola, El Vacant.
Hola, señor. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking. It's a big night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will be inducting 3 members of the RAWF Hall of Fame tonight, and then tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the network for Radiversary Live. We will be doing the rest of the folks. So 3 tonight, 3 tomorrow.
Basic math.
And what's that?
Basic math, see.
Yes. So we will be getting to all that in a little bit, but we've got other things to talk about. First, let's take a look at some reports. Let me. There it is. Some GM reports. I believe there's only. Let's take a look here. The tag division has already posted its final rankings for this period. So let's take a look at Unstoppabot's top 10 for the period that ended. And so at number 10, we've got Hot Knights. At number 9, 2 Miserable MFers. At number 8, the reigning champion Cage Shakers. At number 7, Medicine Men. At number 6, Unicorn Uprising. At number 5, Dork Mates for Life. At number 4, Hotness Overload. At number 3, Absolutely Fabulous. Number 2, Kicks and Giggles. And at number 1, Crown Control. And that means Crown Control getting the tag team title shot tomorrow night at Radiversary. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. I do believe signups for tags are ongoing and will end tomorrow after the Radiversary radio show. All right, so now let's take a look at the Radical Rumble. Let's see here. Radical Rumble report. We'll take a good look at that. So, most of the first round is done. However, there is a threesome that are kind of holding it. No, I wouldn't say holding it back, but they have been.
Slow.
You know what I meant. They're on their second. They're on their second rematch. So their third set of matches. And as you know, in the Radical Rumble, they start with a three-way, and if it's every person wins once, then they have to do it all over again. Well, Hawkster, M-Ace, and Chris Cage are on rematch number 2. So what the Rumble looks like right now, in round 2, you're going to have Magnificent Michael versus Joe Boo versus Simply the Best. You're going to have the Immortal Griffith versus Spectacular versus the winner of the last remaining round 1 match. So either Chris Cage, M-Ace, or Hawkster. Redneck Avenger versus Sean Hitman Hurd versus DVT. Vex versus Blake Bradley versus Ciro Il Napolitano. Those are your second round of matches thus far, waiting on that one last rematch. All right. So yeah, that's what we're looking at there. And other than that, I don't believe I have any. We don't have any reports this evening, but that's all right. We got a lot more to cover. Let's take a look though at Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament, shall we? Because it's starting to get to the nitty gritty there. So I am getting there. Here we go. We are still in round 4, which means the people are fighting to get into the money rounds. However, there are 3 people that have made it into the quarterfinals and are guaranteed some coinage and some wrestler bucks. Right now, we have Buckshot taking on Big Papa, Joe Boo taking on M-Ace. The Paragon of Greatness defeated Prince and has made it into the semifinals. He awaits the winner of the 2-time Xanther Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament winner Sassy Applebee's and DW. Tremaris to the Bone currently taking on Undertaker. Chris Cage currently taking on Mavo Hare. And we already have a matchup set for the quarterfinals. It'll be Sean Hitman Hurd versus Simply the Best. Simply the Best, a former winner of this tournament. So he's right now. We've got 2 former winners still in it. Simply the Best could become the first male to win 2 Xanther Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournaments. It's quite possible. We shall see. But that's where we stand right now with the Xanther tournament. All right. Now it's time to update everybody on the rankings.
Oh, that's me.
That is you, El Vacant.
All right. Well, I'll just hit the ground running.
Please do.
All right. So everybody here, I think this is the first time I'm reading them this period. But we are 7 out of 14 matches. For those of you who are mathematically challenged, that means halfway. 7 out of 14, halfway, right? Got it? All right, cool. All right, here we go. In 25th place, we have a Honey Thunder Apples. That's fun to say. In 24th place, we have Baba Shaker. In 23rd place, we have, wow, okay. If I'm reading this correctly, the winner of our extra points tournament, but all the way down in 23rd, is Sassy Applebee's. In 22nd place, we have Ken Costa. In 21st place, we have the woman who adorns the walls inside my trucks, Destroyer. In 20th place, we have Billy Gunn. Hold on, I gotta think about Yeah, right. I'm sorry. In 20th place, we have Billy Gunn. In 19th place, we have Sisulu. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but we'll go with Sisulu. In 18th place, we have Maeve O'Hare. In 17th place, we have Vex. In 16th place, we have Johnny Mayhem. In 15th place, we have Cybel. In 14th place, we have Dr. Kent. In 13th place, we have. Wait, who let this guy back in? All right, whatever. In 13th place, we have Teflon Chic. I don't know what he's doing back, but all right. In 12th place, we have Hot Shot Chaz. In 11th place, we have Wildfire, which brings us to the top 10 at the halfway point. In 10th place, we have the Extreme Enigma. In 9th place, we have Cara DeVille. In 8th place, we have DVT. In 7th place, because apparently this is the part where I do a lot of initials, we have Eva, or E.V.A. All right. In 6th place, we have Joe Boo. I didn't even know he was back. In 5th place, we have the Marquis de Sade. In 4th place, we have the Paragon of Greatness. In 3rd place, we have Blake motherfucking Bradley. In 2nd place, we have, this seems like someone's coming back to form. In 2nd place, we have Simply the Best. And in 1st place, and I'm not sure how this works because he's Mr. 3rd place. This is clearly a typo. But in 1st place, we have Killa Neptune.
All right, and as El Vacant said, that is only halfway through the current rankings period, and I'll be getting to the rest of it here in the next week or two. And of course, Radiversary is the last match of the 14 rankings matches. So tomorrow's matches are the last for the period. A new rankings period will begin on Wednesday. All right, so that is our top 25. Thank you, El Vacant. Now, there we go. They turn our attention now to Radiversary. Right there. All right, coming to us live from the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio tomorrow night. It is going to be a happening. RAWF Radiversary Hall of Fame inductions as well. By the way, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony scene is underway. You can go in there, do a red carpet interview with Sasha Camaro for extra bonus points. But we start off with a buried alive match between Hobo Ezekiel and Mark Caliber. Stop, I said. Back. There we go. Buried alive match. Mark Caliber and Hobo Ezekiel. Hobo and Mark have been having their issues as of late. One of them will be buried alive tomorrow at Radiversary. Your thoughts, El Vacant?
I don't have a lot of thoughts on this. I don't understand why. Why do you feel the need to bury each other? People are so extra? Just have a match. Get it out of your system. Sheesh.
Well, we shall see. Should be a good matchup of two RAWF Hall of Famers tomorrow in the Buried Alive match. Also, match 5 of this Best of 5 series that's been ongoing with Des Bryan and Kenta. However, just a little while ago, I learned that this is going to be a strap match. I'm not sure what I guess they want a strap match as their final match of this Best of 5.
I don't judge.
Right, but at any rate, it sounded like I believe Des Bryan won the first 2 matches of the series, and then Kenta came back to tie it at 2-2. So this is going to be the final of that Best of 5 tomorrow night at Radiversary. Also, Texas Death Match between Ken Costa and Johnny Mayhem goes on tonight. Tomorrow night, that's an interesting matchup. What are your thoughts on this Texas Death Match?
Again, not 100% sure why we're doing this, but because get the shit out of your system. But I don't know. Ken Costa versus Johnny Mayhem, I think, is actually a pretty close fight. I think it's pretty even, to be honest. I've paid a lot more attention to Johnny Mayhem since he's been making a splash here. I've looked more into his tapes from other industry around the industry, and the guy knows how to win when the pressure's on. So I think Ken's in for a hell of a fight, but I still think Ken is very capable of winning this fight. But also, Kara asks a good question: how is it a Texas death match when we're in Cleveland?
I mean, because there's no such thing as an Ohio death match.
I mean, I feel like there should be.
Those are called FUBAR City street fights.
So I think you just answered my question.
Never mind. Moving on. Hey.
I'm here to help.
Then we have another match. This boxing match between Soul Reaper and the Paragon of Greatness, yeah, again, this is another one of those matches. I was like, why? But it is what it is. Soul Reaper wanted it. Paragon's going to give it to him, and I have a feeling he's going to give it to
him. All right.
You know what I meant.
I think Paragon's going to give it to him.
I think so too.
I said this the other week, and I still mean it. I think boxing is his best chance at actually being able to beat Paragon. Paragon is a grappler, not really a striker. I think the rule set leans towards Reaper in this one.
You might be right. We will see. The end starts here is what this matchup is called. Allie Knight, the daughter of the First Lady of Anarchy, the Cougar, she believes she's the witch of the West now. And Wildfire apparently is Dorothy. And these two will, I don't know, battle it out on the on the yellow brick road tomorrow at Radiversary, I guess. Have you been paying attention to this at all? This saga?
No.
You might, yeah. It's been very interesting, to say the least. But those two will go at it tomorrow. The end starts here. Next.
Wait, I got a question. Does that mean Wildfire's been running around in that little cute blue and white country dress for Dorothy?
No, she's been exactly what you saw in the picture is what she's been wearing.
If she's wearing that, I'd go back and I'd watch. That would be adorable.
All right, we gotta go back up here.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that adorable. I mean, it's hot, but not adorable.
Right. Next up, Champions Choice Championship. It will be Aaron McFadden defending against Mancunian Maniac, and again, I will have to go back in my history with Aaron McFadden to be able to tell you what the steps are, but they're highly loaded for Aaron McFadden to win this match. But still, nice to see Mank getting an opportunity. Have not seen him get one in quite a while. If to be honest, I'm not even sure he's ever gotten a title opportunity. So at least he gets that. So we shall see. Next up, Hatfield and McCoy Championship will be on the line. The besties going at it. It will be Chris Cage defending the Hatfield and McCoy Championship against the Paragon of Greatness. Paragon already having a lot going on. This is Chris Cage's only title match. What are your thoughts? Chris Cage?
I think normally Chris would be in a world of hurt. I think because, like you said, Paragon's got a lot of other things going on. I don't think his attention is going to be on this match. And if Chris has proven anything, is if you don't have your full attention on the match, he's going to find a way to win it.
True enough. I can't disagree with that. I think maybe Paragon's mind will be on other things, just enough to distract him. Next up, Powerball Championship. Nightcrawler defends against Sassy Applebee's, and we know Nightcrawler is going to retire, but not until he loses this title. And of course, he's going into the Hall of Fame. rather soon, tomorrow night. So what are your
Imminently.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Does Nightcrawler lose the Powerball championship on the night he retires and goes to the Hall of Fame,
I
or
mean,
does he
frankly,
hold?
I kind of hope he sets the record for longest standing Powerball champion. If he's not going to
Well,
retire until he loses the belt.
this is true. This is true. We shall see. But you got to you got to hand it to Sassy. She is someone who likes to end streaks, and we shall see. I kind of lean towards Sassy in this one. Multimedia Championship, Extreme Enigma defending against the good doctor, Dr. Kent. My question to you is, why does Dr. Kent wear a crown instead of like one of the mirrors?
I I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean,
maybe he's got a
oh,
doctor in royalty. I don't know.
if he was named Dr. King, it would make fun more. It would, but then again, that'd be kind of strange. But yeah, you know what I'm talking. Well,
And you can't combine the titles because then you'd be docking Kent, which that means something very different.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're not doing that.
I was just curious. I've always wondered that why Dr. Kent wears a crown. Doctor, yeah, maybe
I
King
suspect,
Kent.
like many wrestlers, the answer is because he can.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I suppose we can't go
I
wrong
mean,
with
why
this
does
segment.
Enigma wear a skull face mask?
That's true.
Why does Tigress wear ears?
This one's going to be a good one for the Estrogen Championship. Sai defending against one of the most decorated Estrogen champions of all times, and that being Tigress, who won the Biatch of the Month and gets this opportunity. What do you think here? Sai right now, Sai is looking better than we've ever seen her in her entire RAWF career. Right now, Sai is like higher, is up there. She's really starting to
Best
come.
she's ever done. Absolutely.
Yeah, best she's ever done. Now she goes up against Tigress, who, as of right now, that's not right. Hold on a second. Okay, Tigress holds the record for, or is. Okay, I know this can't be right. I know Tigress has held it more than twice. I'm almost positive of it. At any rate, Tigress is up there when it comes to estrogen title royalty. What are your thoughts?
I, again, if you'd asked me a while ago, I'd say Sai's in for a world of hurt against Tiggs, but I think Sai's been proving me wrong long enough. I gotta face the facts. She's been winning. I think she's gonna keep winning.
Well, now that I've overemphasized because I could have sworn she held it one twice. Apparently, she's only held it twice. But still, she knows what it's like to hold the title. It should be a very good matchup. Tigress and Sai for the estrogen title tomorrow night. Next up, you notice I made these longer.
I did. It's working much better.
Yeah, it is a little. It's a little better. For the men's championship, it will be Blake Effin Bradley defending against DVT. This is going to be a good one, El Vacant.
I mean, will it?
I mean,
I don't know if there's enough room in that ring for those egos.
I agree. The egos are massive. There's no doubt about it between these two. But right now, DVT has stormed RAWF and has just been making a huge name for himself. Blake Bradley, of course, right now is also pretty hot. So we will see. And I mean hot as in what he's been doing in the ring. So
Well,
yeah, that one is going to be a really good one. But it's not the end of DVT's night. We'll talk about that in this moment. I believe next up should be the Triple Crown Championship. You have Sai defending against Dees and Ken Costa. Very interesting matchup here. We both agree that Sai probably is going to get the win over Tigress, but can she fend off Ken Costa and Dees?
that one I am less confident of. I said before, My gut is telling me Deez is likely going to take this, but again, she does have champion's advantage.
You realize you just gave Ken Costa promo material.
Yes.
What do you mean you forgot that you're in that match, Ken? That's your opportunity tomorrow.
You realize Ken just gave everyone else in that match promo opportunity, right?
Yes, Ken, you've got more than one match. Tag team titles. Damn it. Tag team titles on the line. The Cage Shakers take on Crown Control. Crown Control being Extreme Enigma and Joe Boo. What are your thoughts on this one, Papa Shaker?
No offense to Enigma and Joe Boo, I don't think they're going to take out the Cage Shakers.
No, stranger things have happened. We didn't think Strangleheart and Rick Nelson would do it.
That's a fair point.
So I wouldn't be shocked if Crown Control walks away with the titles tomorrow. No offense to the Cage Shakers. Next up, for the FUBAR City Championship, the Immortal Griffith versus Cara DeVille. I see this as a David versus Goliath story here for that FUBAR City Championship.
Yeah.
Cara is going to have to pull out all the stops. Throw the kitchen sink at him and everything else.
I mean, thankfully for her, it's legal in this match.
Exactly. So, yeah. David versus Godzilla. There, well, at least Cara admits it. She's not overly confident about this, but maybe she surprises us tomorrow. We shall see. FUBAR City Championship in FUBAR City. Always one of the biggest nights one of the biggest matches at Radiversary. Midnight Hobo Championship coming up here, and it's going to be Destroyer defending against Billy Gunn. I think we both kind of agree that if Destroyer doesn't walk away as Midnight Hobo champion after tomorrow, it's a huge upset.
I'm sorry, what? I was busy looking at the promo. What?
Do you mind?
I don't mind at all.
You know what I do. All right, so Destroyer walks. I think we both agree that she probably walks away.
Yeah.
Walks away the Midnight Hobo champion tomorrow.
I'll hate for her to walk away, but I'll love to watch her leave.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're putting down. National title next up. And this one, Simply the Best defending against DVT. DVT challenging two Elevated Society champions tomorrow, and two big ones in Blake Bradley and Simply the Best. How do you think DVT fares when all the smoke clears from Radiversary?
I do not see STB giving up this title anytime soon. In the battle of the initials, I think it's just going to stay with the best man, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, we shall see. That could be interesting. Platinum Dragon Championship. The reigning heart and soul of RAWF is out in the chat. Hello, DW. You, of course, will be defending that title against the former Platinum Dragon Champion, the 6 times Platinum Dragon Champion, Killa Neptune, El Vacant. Why don't you tell DW what you think about her chances tomorrow?
She hates when I pick against her. I think actually right now at this point, Killa is trying to do with that title. Griffith is done with the world title, and he wants to be like 10-time platinum champion or something. So he's going to lose it and win it, and lose it and win it. I don't think the odds look good for you, DW. I don't. I think you are capable of winning. I think he's going to pull out all the stops. So if you have any chance of holding on to this title, you need to fight with everything you have.
Because you said that last time.
I did. But last time, he was defending. I'm going to point out that almost every single time Killer Neptune has challenged for the Platinum Dragon Championship, he has won it.
You're not wrong. You're not
fact,
wrong.
I believe the only time he has ever challenged for it and not won it was very early in his RAWF career when he challenged Griffith for it. I believe that is the only time he has challenged for that title and not won it.
You might be right about that. I'd have to look that up, but you're at least very close when you say that. So, well, STB says he believes he beat him once.
That's why I very specifically, I said I believe, because I haven't actually gone through the stats, but I know he has won most every time he has challenged for it.
All right, and then our main event tomorrow night.
No, I refuse. I will not stop.
I think she was talking to Destroyer, actually. And our main event tomorrow night at Radiversary for the World Heavyweight Championship. It'll be the Paragon of Greatness defending against the mysterious Eva. Eva getting her first ever opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, we have seen it before, where an upstart or somebody that's never won the title before comes out of nowhere to get their first title win. I mean, it happened with Chris Cage. It happened with Strangleheart. It happened with Nightcrawler. Is Eva the next World Heavyweight Champion, O'Hagan?
I don't think so, but I do not want to underestimate her.
I mean, right? I don't either. I really don't. And this is and it seems like she gets under Paragon's skin in some shape, way, or form. He didn't even want to talk about this match last week. So, with that being said, maybe she has the psychological advantage here. And maybe that's enough. We find out tomorrow at Radiversary. Should be a good one. Paragon of Greatness versus Eva. And we talk about the undercard. And who do we go to when we want to talk about the undercard?
My buddy. That's right. Bring him on in.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Randolph Mortimer Draw here out on the red carpet. Wait, why are you out there? Have you seen some of these gowns these chicks are wearing out here?
You ain't wrong.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
you know what I'm saying. I know you know what I'm saying. But at any rate, yeah, I got your undercard right here. Hold on a second. I think I might have... Oh, hold on. I dropped it on the ground right next to this lady's gown, if you know what I'm saying. Hold on. Now, hey, just give us the undercard. All right. Here we go. We know Hobo Ezekiel will be taking on Michael Brewer. There was a challenge laid out by the hooligan god there, so he got the opportunity. Hobo Ezekiel taking on Michael Brewer. Nightcrawler chose Strangleheart to be his final opponent in IWF. According to him, his final non-title match in RAWF. So that match will happen as well. Black Lilith to take on Hot Cheese. This one's a good one. Joe Boo against the incoming Hall of Famer Hotshot Chaz. Two Hall of Famers in Vexen Davila will square off. You got Honey Thunder Apples and Starlight. That one's going to be a good one. You got two more Hall of Famers. Mabel Head taking on the First Lady of Anarchy, the Cougar. You got that... How did you pronounce the Susu Studio? What's his damn name, Helvig?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sisulu taking on the Teflon Sheik. You got Sassy Applebee's taking on Miss Beautifatal. You got Marquis de Sade taking on Papa Shaker. You got the Stormtrooper of Death taking on Mancunian Maniac. Addiction to take on John the Revelator. Uber Vegan TPO takes on Roger the Pirate. Goddess of Pain to take on Toxic Megatron Avenger. Pony to take on Tad Beaglewolf Dennis. Chosen to take on Denzel the Giant. The Crippler takes on Mystic Maniac. The Minion takes on Spectacular. Johnny Mayhem takes on Redneck Avenger. Rick Nelson takes on Aaron McFadden. The Moose takes on Mark Caliber. Olivia McInnes takes on The Razor. Big Papa versus Alec Remington. Soul Reaper versus Joey A. Sophia McFadden versus Ciro El Napolitano. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Carnage King to take on Angel Bitch. Malice takes on Evan Deadly. Sean Hitman Herd takes on Slashy. Nox Boogie takes on Natalia Nitro. Dark Warrior takes on Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon. Kitty Kabam takes on Psycho Girl. Crazy Serb to take on Magnificent Michael. Asian of Hate versus Scythe. And Undertaker to take on Andy Price. That's your undercard for tomorrow's Radiversary pay-per-view. Now, if you excuse me, I think that might be Miley Cyrus over there on the red carpet. I'll see you all later. Miley, why would Miley? Oh, okay, I suppose.
I mean, she's kind of Southern. She's probably into wrestling.
Yeah, you might be. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. All right. So, with that being said, before we get to any callers, I think we should at least announce our first Hall of Famer. What do you think, LV?
I think that's a wonderful plan.
I agree. All right. So, make sure that this is doing what I want it to do. All right. All right. So, our first Hall of Famer is the longest tenured GM in RAWF. On February 15th of 2015, at the very first ever Love Hurts pay-per-view. Hold on. There we go. At the very first ever Love Hurts pay-per-view in Columbus, Ohio, she won the Estrogen Championship and held it for 78 days. But her true mark in RAWF are the events she has run or helped run to help make RAWF fun and interesting over the years, including Candy Capers, Road to Stardom, Psycho Corner, and a long-tenured event she co-GM'd with Shell Kneebreaker, Angels of Pain. She is also famous for running up every single credit card I have ever issued her. But she always has been a delight to work with. Please help me in welcoming to the RAWF Hall of Fame.
Stepping through the ring, hear the crowd scream loud. They know when I show up, it's about to go down. Leather and lace, but don't get it twisted. I break bones, I don't blow kisses. Sweet, well that's kinda cute, but I play for keeps and I never lose. Better watch your back when the lights go on, cause I'm coming for blood when they ring that gong. Oh, you put the heart inside, psychotic, yeah I'm out of control. Take a hit, take a fall, watch me steal the show. I'm a queen, I'm a killer, I was born to brawl. I put the heart inside, psychotic, now watch me take it all.
Psycho Girl, PG to her friends, L Vacant, and yeah, this was a long time coming, to be honest with you. I think she's definitely well deserving, and hopefully she is supposed to start a new event soon, or at least she has been talking about it. But that's beside the point. Sometime during the ceremony, she will be inducted by her hubby, P. Psychotic Rage. But welcome Psycho Girl to the RAWF Hall of Fame. Any quick thoughts on that,
You know, my
lady?
first thought is I see what you did there with her Hall of Fame card, sir.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
PG on a not particularly PG picture.
I have, again, not sure what you're referring to, sir.
All right, cool. But aside from that, no, I think this is, again, you're right. This is a long time coming. It's a shame she couldn't be here herself tonight, but I can't wait to see her hubby's induction in the scene, and congratulations to her.
Indeed. PG will be joining the RAWF Hall of Fame, longest tenured GM in RAWF history. All right. I guess we need to have a talk with the reigning multimedia champion, who not only has an opportunity to defend that title tomorrow, also with his tag team partner Joe Boo has an opportunity at the tag team championships. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Extreme Enigma to the program. Enigma, are you there?
Hello, LA. Hello, all vacant.
Oh, hi.
Big night tomorrow night for you at Radiversary, Enigma. We'll start with the tag team championship match. It will be you and your partner Joe Boo against Papa Shaker and Chris Cage for the tag team titles. First of all, how believe this is the first season in RAWF the two of you have ever tagged, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Are you two do you two tag in the indies anywhere, or I mean, or was this just like, hey, let's tag and go for it and just happen to be number one this period? What's the deal there?
We've teamed a few places before, most recently being six-man tag champs in No Mercy Wrestling, as well as currently holding the six-man tag belts in British Brawlers Alliance. We've been tagging for a little bit here, but this is very obviously the highest profile arena and such that we've been a team in.
Interesting. So I mean, so there was some experience. This wasn't just like, hey, let's throw some shit on the wall and see what happens. The two of you know each other at least as a tag team. So all right, that's good to know. Talk to me about the Cage Shakers and what you're expecting from them tomorrow night.
I have had, at this point, countless matches with both Chris Cage and Papa Shaker. I mean, we all know about the history with Chris Cage. We most recently saw oddly enough, another tag team match back in, I believe it was November at Black Friday, where it was me and Ken Costa against Chris Cage and Papa Shaker, where I was trying to end Shaker's career. There is a lot of history between even just myself and those two. And then when you bring in my tag partner Joe Booth, he's of course had many a battle with them as well. This tag team match to me is very special. It's the proof of concept for Crown Control. Like you and I both talked about for a moment there, we have been all over the indies. We have a few titles here and there. This is not just because of all the big sprawling lights of Radiversary, but for everything that goes into this tag team match, this is our biggest test, our biggest moment to see if we can really prove that we have what it takes. I do not have a good record against Chris Cage. I've been obsessed with him. I've been almost infatuated with this idea of beating him, whether it was in singles or tag team competition. And to get a win here a couple months ago, even a couple weeks ago, it would be something that I'd be harping about because it's the thing I need. But that part of me has sort of slipped away, and this is all about the title. This is all about getting those tag belts for my friend, myself, and Crown Control.
All right. Well, it should be an interesting tag team title match. And then, of course, defending the Multimedia Championship against Dr. Kent. Your final thoughts before that match commences tomorrow night.
Dr. Ken has proven time and time again he can get the job done in the ring. He's thoroughly done me in the high voltage cage time and time again, season after season. But there's a very specific reason why I'm going to come out the winner tomorrow. It's because Dr. Ken, for every win that he gets, every moment in the sun that he has in other places, he can't hold a candle to me in this division. Simply put, I'm the best multimedia champion. I've said it over and over, and I'm not going to go on that tangent again. Dr. Kent can't even speak up for himself outside of quick quips when he's pushed to do so, when he's forced to do so. So tomorrow, I'm going to force his hand not to talk, but to tap out. It's going to be the crowd killer lock in the middle of the ring, and the title reign is going to continue. Not just past Dr. Kent, past whoever stands in my way, be that recent challengers who have yet to make a formal challenge, I believe, so I'm waiting for this next rankings period, like Cy and Griffith, past the opponent at, I'd assume, Tropical Aggression or whatever the next pay-per-view is. I'm holding this belt at the very least until January, because January marks when I become the longest multimedia champion of all time. And then, fuck it, I'm not giving it up then. I'm the greatest champion in RAWF right now, and I'm gonna keep fucking proving it.
All right. And for your information, the next pay per view is Philadelphia Freedom. And
Fuck!
we'll talk. So that will be the next pay per view, Philadelphia Freedom. Yes,
Yeah,
Tropical
it's like you don't
Aggression.
know what company you're in.
It's only the oldest pay per view in RAWF.
Yeah, that's all. It's not like you're the multimedia champion and should know our schedule. It's
Multi-mediate these nuts.
All right. Well, Enigma, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Yeah, just a quick little fun fact for everybody. A couple years ago, I was supposed to face Jobu or his other persona, Wabbit Messiah. Don't know what drug-induced craze that was. I'm pretty sure at Radiversary in a Buddy on a Pole match. Ain't that a fun little quirk?
That's a nice little tidbit. Thanks. We appreciate that. All right. So good luck to you tomorrow in both of your title matches tomorrow. Elvacan, any questions for Enigma?
I do have one. So I watched your video for when you come on air. I paid attention to it, and I got a question. About 3/4 of the way through the video, there's this segment that I have some questions about. I'm not really sure how to ask it, but I'm just going to ask it. It looks like you pull down your mask and you appear to have a ball gag in your mouth. What the fuck is that?
A ball gag? What the fuck?
I don't know. It's this thing. It's red. It's a little thing. It's like at your mouth. It looks like a ball.
It's an Oni logo, you kinktastic masked boy.
Why is it in your mouth?
It's aesthetics. It's fashion, sweetie. Look it up. God.
Ball
damn.
gag.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go take a piss on your taco truck. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Just don't piss on Destroyer's picture.
You saw it, right? But like you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No. But the fact that you did kind of worries me.
I grew up in Tijuana.
All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, he has two big matches tomorrow at Radiversary as well. He is in the Triple Crown Championship match against Deez and the reigning champion, Seabell. Also, I believe a Texas Death match with Johnny Mayhem. Let's bring on...
In the shadows, racing the pain, taught by the stars, baptized in the rain. my soul, left me hollow inside. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Every scream they gave, every tear I bled, built the monster that they now dread. I'm the beast within, unleashed tonight. No mercy lives where there's no light. Run if you can, but you'll never win. There's no escaping the beast within.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Costa now joining us here on After Hours. Good evening, Ken.
Ken.
Ken?
Ken.
Ken? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there we are. Ken Costa, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing this evening, Ken?
You two guys are so rude to me. You know that?
How am I rude?
Once again, you make jokes on me. Who the hell do you think I am? Sorry or what?
I did.
Okay,
We think you're.
Did I make a joke?
wait. Okay, I have something now to say so bad. And it's especially to you, Vacant. I missed you guys so much. I got you. I got you.
All
I
right,
got you.
you
Admit
did.
it.
You got me.
All
All right.
Well,
all right. I'm like, what did I say? I was trying to. All right. At any rate, you got us, Ken. You got us.
Okay. It's the company birthday tonight, the Hall of Fame good stuff. Wow, it's a good month to say welcome summer. And hey, Ilvakin, I have a joke. Do you want to join me?
Sure. What do you got?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Reaver.
Reaver who?
Exactly. Okay. It's a bad joke, I know, but I just felt it so great.
You got me.
At anyway,
All right.
at any anyway, before you ask anything, I just have the new catchphrase. So can I make it live, Bossman?
You have a new catchphrase. Oh, please, I want to hear this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the After Hours Show audience, welcome to RAWF, where the brains shines and strikes. Get it? Okay, here I am.
Okay, that wasn't bad. I've heard
It
worse.
works.
I've heard worse. All right, Ken. Let's get let's
Don't make me embarrassed now, please.
You're fine. All right, let's talk about first of all the match that you'd forgotten you had, which is actually a very huge matchup for the Triple Crown Championship. It is you, it is D's, and it is the reigning champion Seabell for the Triple Crown title. Talk to me about how you're feeling going into this match. Now that you
Well,
know that you're in it again.
I know that I was in a title match, but I just forgot which one. So don't make me embarrassed again, please.
Why you got to do
Okay,
him like that, boss? Why?
I, I was doing the hard hitting journalism. But at any rate, Ken, how do you feel? I mean, talk to me about D's and Seabell. Can you win that Triple Crown Championship tomorrow?
Ken.
Ken, Ken,
Ken.
we
Hey,
can't. Oh,
There he is.
there he is.
okay. Sai, just a big name. This is a tough name, and and for sure, Ken Costa in the middle is the underdog, the least likely to win. Is that true?
I mean, on paper, yeah. When you talk about the experience, and a triple crown, in a triple crown title match, the champion always has a distinct advantage because they get to go first in both their matches.
And they
D's
have
has
to
been
lose both their matches.
right, and they have to lose both of their matches to lose the title. Uh, D's, who's been triple crown champion before and knows how this works, how it works to what it means to be triple crown champion. On paper, I suppose the odds would be in his favor over you. So, yes, I would have to say underdog in this case. Not to say she can't win. I'm just saying possibly the underdog.
Sure. That's a big damn information. And no hard feelings to me, but I have something to say about that title match. Look, just I've been here like a year more active, showing passions, showing noise, blah blah blah. But any man, any damn young man in my age, my level, my talent, they can copy everyone to take a cheap reaction. Let me make an example. You see, I can copy El Vacant there, so I can be the co-host to the show saying, "Hola, Camesta, no hard feelings, I Vacant, don't, just just be cool now with me." And the other example, I can just sit on the chair every damn week and say, "Good evening, bossman," just like me, so I can be a friend to the show. I can copy someone to do hot shot hype. I can copy a badass ill and the ill vacant calls me Ken motherfucking Costa. I can copy someone who just comes here every week and says, "Randall, I challenge you in a Valhalla match." Or I can copy just a madman in the dark world and be elevated so everyone in the team company, including Baragon, hates my guts. I can copy all of this to get the cheap reaction. But will I now get that? Absolutely fucking not, because too late for me. I made the name for myself. They are not me and I am not them. I am I am the one of a kind, phenomenal, special, passionate, and most important, I am the hot momentum talent of the RAWF. I am Ken Costa, and it's damn good enough for me. So what can Ken do? He can fight. He can win the fight. He can do the promo real good. Not your damn joke. He can do the hype. He can make the story and finish the story. He can defeat Legend. Hell, he already defeated the world heavyweight champion at Immortal 12, and it's not a prediction, it's a damn fact.
You got a point.
Mm-hmm.
And sure thing, he can be a champion. Sooner, later, he can be a champion and he can be a world heavyweight champion. And maybe in the future, 2030, he can be a Hall of Famer here. So, Psy stuff, this stuff, good. Psy good, this is great, but fuck the names. Bring me Godzilla, bring me King Kong, bring me someone immortal here. It doesn't matter because I go tougher, stronger, wiser every damn time I be here. Do you want to approve on that? I have been put down here. I have been beat up every damn time. Here in the Indies, but in every time I'm still here. And this is what makes the legend. So for me, it's time to be a legend. I will go all in the Triple Crown Championship. Dot. That's
I like it.
I like it. I do. All right, let's talk about this Texas death. You're the Texas death match, right? Is that what I'm? I make sure I got
Yes.
that right.
See.
All right.
hey, boss.
Yes.
I can embarrass you now because I can say Fuyuki.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but he's a blonde. What's your excuse?
But at any rate, Ken, let's talk about this Texas death match with Johnny Mayhem. How did this all come about, and what's the beef with Johnny?
Johnny Mayhem, like Ilvikin said, he has joined as a top guy already. He is a tough, he can win, he can do the big damn boom. I can't deny. But me and Johnny, we had a long history in the Indies. Exactly, Japan. Because Japan, he just he just had his evil thoughts because he just want to make groups, destroy the company, and I try to be the one who defends the company. We have Enigma here. He can agree because he stood by my side against that damn evil. But in the end, we lost, and since we lost, F the WF is the place that I most loved in the Indies, in the Japan. It's not the same anymore. You can say it's not that damn good now. And the reason was Johnny Mayhem. So I can say that I'm not mad of this because we are now on the big league, a different level. I am not mad. I'm just furious. You know,
I didn't think that she
right
was
now.
gonna ask.
The hell was that?
I have no idea.
Anyway,
Continue.
anyway, anyway. I am not mad. I am just furious because I can't hold my. I can't now hold my feelings, my tears. Johnny Mayhem, you son of a bitch. Okay,
Yeah.
tomorrow, Radiversary. Radiversary this. Radiversary it should be. I will break every damn bone in your body from legs to skull, and I will wait for that part of the skull so I can smash it. Because it's like the match says its name. This match, and one of us must be walking out on a stretch dead.
All right. Well, Ken, it sounds like you're really fired up for Radiversary. I wish you good luck in both of those matches. El Vacant, anything to ask Ken Costa?
No, I think he's kind of covered everything. I can't wait to see these matches.
Oh
Me
wait, why?
neither.
Why? Don't you have any catchy question? Like like you always love to do?
I mean, I could come up with one, but you get mad if I quote unquote make fun of you, so I didn't want to do that.
Okay, no, I can do that. Ask.
All right, so then I got to ask. So, you got this whole face paint thing going on, and every time I see it, I just keep thinking, have you ever seen that really famous internet video of the kid with that face paint, and he just goes like, "I like turtles." Are you familiar with that one? Like, is that where you got the face paint from?
Screw you, I'm out. Okay, thank you.
Hey, you told me. You told me to do it.
Ken Costa, ladies and gentlemen, he is in the Triple Crown title match tomorrow at Radiversary plus a Texas Death Match against Johnny Mayhem. How do you think Ken's going to fare, El Vacant?
Look, I actually I give him a better shot now. Now that I've heard how serious he is.
I agree. I agree. All right. Should be a very interesting night. All right. Time to induct our second person into the RAWF Hall of Fame tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting it. There we go. All right. So, I've known our next inductee since way back before RAWF was just a gleam in my eye. When I started RAWF in 2013, she was one of the first people to sign up, and for one of the first people I asked the GM because I knew how much fun she could bring to the table. Little did I know how much she would mean to the early years of RAWF's history. On our very first RAWF pay-per-view, Genesis, on June 2nd of 2013, she would win a tournament and be crowned the first ever RAWF World Heavyweight Champion. She would hold that title for 105 days. She is also a former co-holder of the RAWF tag team titles, who, with Pebs as the Wonder Twins, held the titles for over 6 months in 2014. She was one of the few ladies who held the Divas Championship before it was retired, and she had a 42-day reign as multimedia champion back in the days when that title was defended every week on radio. Think about that for a second. 42 days. And she is a former FUBAR City champion as well. Her trademark white and red socks, along with her love of Swedish fish, make her one of the most beloved characters in RAWF history. And finally, tonight, I am proud to induct her into the RAWF Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, she is the one and only.
She steps in the ring with a giggle and a grin, red and white socks up to her shins. Hair wild, wild like a sugar rush dream. She's the queen of the mat and the jelly bean team. She calls herself a cootie bug, buzzing around the ring with the wrestler's hug. Loves her Swedish fish, pockets full. She'll body slam you sweet, get you a mouthful. She's a cootie bug, slammed up a candy in her hand, throws her hip toss twist like it's part of her plan. In stripes and sugar, she's bringing the heat with a sugar-coated suplex, can't be beat. Cootie bug slam, she's a candy queen, flipping folks over like a pinball machine. Her entrance song, a buzzing sound with gummy worms raining all around. She don't need no cape, she don't need no mask, just a sock stripe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Starry is our next member of the RAWF Hall of Fame, now officially in, and she's still around. She's actually in RAWF, and I believe she's actually going to be competing in the tag team division this period. So it's good to see Starry back in action here in RAWF. Your thoughts, Elvakin?
All right. First and foremost, you missed a step. You had an opportunity to do something that would have been classic, and you didn't do it.
What's that?
I'm looking at her card, and if you had made the sidewalls of her card in that red licorice sticks because of her candy thing, it would have been perfect.
Huh. I suppose you have a point, but it's still a good.
I'm not saying. I'm just.
You're just saying. I get you, but it's still. Starry, it's been a long time coming. I mean, the first ever RAWF World Heavyweight Champion should have been in the Hall of Fame probably years ago, to be honest with you. And she was a huge part of the early days of RAWF. It made it, she helped get us off the rocket launcher into space. So definitely Starry is one of the great. I can't think of too many people that don't like Starry. I only know one. And we won't mention who that is, Cougs. But anyways,
Well, I mean, but does Cougs like anybody other than members of Anarchy?
I mean, you have a point.
I'm not even sure she likes them some days.
I mean, it took her. I don't even know. Some days I don't even know she likes me, and we're tag partners. So that's.
I can pretty much guarantee you she doesn't.
No, thanks. I appreciate that. But at any rate, Starry now officially into the RAWF Hall of Fame. And the induction ceremony scene is up. I will be posting that picture that you're seeing is her official Hall of Fame plaque. I'll be posting that and my induction speech that I just read off in the scene probably later tonight. And then she will be doing her speech sometime in the next couple of days. So, Starry, congratulations. We love you much. All right. So, we're going to take a quick break, Elvakin. When we return, we have another induction to do. We will be speaking with the immortal Griffith, and who knows what else we'll be doing. We'll be right back. This is RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
All around the country and coast to coast. People always say, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast. Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast! I get up in the morning about 6 a.m., have a little jelly, have a little jam, take a piece of bread, put it in the slot, push down the lever, and the wires get hot. I get toast. Yeah, toast! Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side, and you make your selection. Push to the dark of the light, and then, if it pops too soon, press down again. Make toast! For many years now, I've been a booster for the browning of the bread inside a toaster. If it gets burnt, I just start hollering. Cause don't you know I'm black toast intolerant? Burnt toast! Beep, 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 smoky toast! Oh oui, monsieur, bonjour, coquette. Oh, croissant et chevy corvette. Maurice Chevalier, Eiffel Tower. Oh oui, Marie Baguette, bonsoir. French toast! French toast! In Chicago on the Bob and Tom Show. Yeah, toast! Yeah! Toast.
Yes, sir. Perfect. Right. Oh, the classics.
Lights flash, the fire ignites. We rise as warriors in the night. Steel hearts, unbreakable pride, marching on with freedom as our guide. Hear the roar of 1,000 strong. This is where the brave belong. The flag waves high above the flame. Every soul remembers the name. We stand for freedom, fight for the flame. In the land of glory we carve our name. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, the bold and true. This is our moment, red, white, and blue. One reign, one chance, no retreat. History's written in every heartbeat. Legends rise, the weak fall back. We carry the dream on a thunderous track. Unbreakable will, unshaken ground. Our voices shake the heavens down. With every slam, with every cry, we shout our truth into the sky. We stand for freedom, fight for the flame. In the land of glory we carve our name. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, the bold and true. This is our moment, red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Raise your fist, the time is now. Take the oath, make the vow. For the fallen, for the free, for every soul who dares to believe. We stand for freedom, not for that day. Heroes made in battleground. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, proud and loud. We fight for justice, heads unbowed. Yeah, we stand for freedom. We stand for freedom.
Philadelphia Freedom will come to you live from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA on July 6th, ladies and gentlemen. The oldest pay-per-view in RAWF, then our annual patriotic tribute to, freedom, if you will. El Vacant, it has been already a terrific night. And we've had a couple of Hall of Famers in. We'll have one more before we call it a night tonight. But first, let's bring in our RAWF FUBAR City champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
things? Shadow of the moonlight, a figure stands alone, a warrior born. Through the ages, through the pain, his name etched in blood, forever torn. The Lion of London roars in the night. No mercy, no weakness, no end in sight. The inevitable rise, the tempest unleashed. All shall fall when the Kraken's released. Through fire and blood, his hands are stained. He stands alone, with none to restrain. Unstoppable force, a wrath untamed. No kingdom or god can withstand his name. Griffins are beyond the immortal one. Eternal champion, his war's never done. Hunter of monsters, a faction of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. Through tempest rages, his head held high. An immortal legend that will never die. Through centuries of violence, his name never fades. He fights through the ages, his will never sways.
I am immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is indeed the Immortal Griffith, a three-time Hall of Famer here in RAWF. Good evening, Griffith.
Oh, those 3 rings look so pretty. So pretty. To be clear, also, the first person with 3 rings.
Indeed.
I mean, by a matter of a minute and a half, but that doesn't matter.
That's true. That's just that you happen to be the one we handed the first one to. So at any rate, with that being said, how are you feeling tonight? Just 24 hours away from a title defense against Cara DeVille.
Look, this is always one of my favorite nights of the year, and not because of the event itself, but not for the pay-per-view itself, but for what's going on right now, the Hall of Fame. I think the RAWF Hall of Fame is one of the primary achievements anyone in this industry can ever strive for, and it is always a pleasure to see the people who are recognized for their accomplishments here in the RAWF. So I always love this, and people come out dressed in their best. You get some really amazing outfits. Sometimes we see people we don't get to see very often. Sometimes you get people, older retired wrestlers coming out of the woodwork sometimes to congratulate people, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's a good time for all.
Indeed it is. And we've already had 2 people go in, Psycho Girl and Starry. And very soon we'll be having a third. But with that being said, let's talk about the FUBAR City Championship tomorrow. Defending it in FUBAR City.
Yeah, who knew I was the champion of Cleveland?
Yeah, technically, I suppose that's true. But your thoughts on Cara? How well do you know her? She's kind of a newcomer, really.
I don't know her at all, to be honest. I know she's out there. Or was. I'm not sure if she stuck around or if she left. She did say something earlier about having limited time. But I hope they're still around. Look, I don't know them from Adam, and a lot of times you would hear me say things like, "Oh, I'm just going to walk through this person, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that," and and that might be true. That might be what happens. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But I will say this: they earned the shot, which means I have to take them seriously, and I will take them seriously, just like I took Maeve seriously, just like I took the person before them seriously, etc., etc. So, Cara, I'm going to tell you, don't take anything I do to you personally. This is FUBAR City. Anything goes. And if I'm unbound by rules, I sure as hell am not bound by ethics.
I mean, very true. Very true. And it is an appropriate title to be defending at Radiversary, because Radiversary is always here in Cleveland, FUBAR City. But with that being said, are you going to be gracing us with your presence on the red carpet? Sasha's been asking about you.
My intent was to go over and have a conversation. Sasha's always, what's the word I want to use? Effervescent when she sees me. That's the word we use.
we'll go with that one. But she's effervescent with a lot of people. But that's beside the point.
Just remind me when I go to bring her a drink, because she'll probably be thirsty.
Yeah. Good to know. Good to know. El Vacant, anything you'd like to ask Griffith?
All right, yeah. So you're the champion of Cleveland. Does that mean I don't know? You have to shit. I would make a joke, but I don't even know of anything that Ohio is famous for. Like corn, potatoes. No, that's Idaho. What is Ohio famous for other than people leaving it?
Buckeyes. They're famous for Buckeyes.
What the fuck is a Buckeye?
It's a nut.
So I guess Griffith, how do you like your nuts? That is not what I meant. Wow. Never mind. I'm not touching that. They're not.
All right. So, with that being said, Griffith, any final thoughts before the big FUBAR City title match tomorrow?
No, I see Kara is out there, and she's got some stuff to say. And look, Kara, I believe you're going to come out there and you're going to give me everything you got. I guess we find out if it's enough, huh? We'll find out tomorrow.
All right. We do indeed find out tomorrow at Radiversary. Thank you for your time, Griff. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
All right. So, with that being said, it's time to induct our final RAWF Hall of Famer for this evening. And sure that's right. All right. So, with that being said, he hit RAWF like a supernova back in February of 2020. As of press time right now, he is working on being in the top 25 for 19 consecutive rankings periods, which, by the way, only 4 times in his RAWF career has he missed the top 25. And 3 of them were his first 3 rankings period of his career. Overall, he has had 25 top 25 appearances and 12 top 10 appearances. But it did take him a wee bit of time to start collecting gold. He won his first major RAWF championship, the Triple Crown Championship, on Superstars against Blake Bradley and Simply the Best in Baltimore on June 11th, 2023, and held that title for 133 days. Since then, he has also been national champion, FUBAR City champion, Hatfield McCoy champion, and After Hours champion. And now he adds RAWF Hall of Famer to his resume. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the RAWF Hall of Fame.
Trails light up the skies, no retreat, no second tries, living wild until sunrise, breaking rules and bending time, feel the rush, the world is mine, every heart beats like a rhyme, burning brighter than a sign, yeah, we're hot shots, living loud, unstoppable and unbowed, taking risks and feeling proud, standing tall above the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Shot Chaz joins the RAWF Hall of Fame tonight. And I think this one's a fan favorite, El Vacant. A lot of people were rooting for Chaz to get in this year, and they get their wish. Hot Shot Chaz joining the Hall of Fame. A pretty solid 5-year career when you look at all of his stats. What are your thoughts, El Vacant?
Look, I've been a booster for Hot Shot for ages. I do business with him on the side.
I have been a big fan of his work. I tend to speak fairly glowingly of him and his work on the rare. Hey, look, I'm a mark. Okay, I got it. But so I'm super thrilled that this is happening.
I know a lot of people are. I think a lot of people were definitely wanted to see Chaz into the Hall of Fame, and it is happened. It is indeed Hotshot Chaz joining the 2025 class of the RAWF Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him. Congratulations once again to Psycho Girl and Starry, and the rest of the class, which includes Shell Kneebreaker, Tank Girl, and Nightcrawler, will be inducted tomorrow night right here on the RAWF Radio Network. We will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that and much, much more. But congratulations, Chaz. And I still think Chaz definitely still has a high ceiling. I think he can still go a lot higher than what he has. He has that potential and always has. But with that being said, he definitely has earned this place in the Hall of Fame. All right. Well, kind of a shorter show tonight than I was expecting. We didn't get a lot of people calling in, or you still have a few moments though if you still like to call in and talk to us and talk about the Hall of Famers we put in tonight, if you like, or talk about it if you have a big match tomorrow. Feel free. We got a few minutes still. But let's go back and take a look at some of these matches for Radiversary. We'll talk a little bit more about them in detail. Let's start with that World Heavyweight Championship match. El Vacant. This is we mentioned it earlier. We know Eva has the ability, and definitely has won the psych out game, I think, on Paragon, just from what we heard from him last week. What are your thoughts? What kind of champion would Eva be?
A hot one. I mean, one in fish. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. You can't talk to me seriously and have this picture in front of me.
Oh, I mean, you have to.
Oh, God. All right. Well, no, like I don't know. Enigmatic. That is the word I would use. She'd be an enigmatic champion. She's very skilled, but I mean, you never know what she's going to do next. I mean, we'll have to get more cameras up in the rafters apparently to get interviews and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's a great question. I have no idea what kind of champion she would make.
It definitely a lot of haikus.
There would absolutely be a lot of haikus. That is absolutely.
I want to see what a world champion haiku looks like. If I'm being honest, if that even makes sense, I don't know. But yeah, I think she would be the most, and this is no offense to Paragon or any of the other world champions we have. She would be the most interesting world champion we've had in a long time.
Yeah, interesting is a good word. I like that word. That is a fitting word.
That's just the way I feel about it. And so this is not me rooting against Paragon, but this is me kind of just would like to see Eva win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, this picture is not helping. She's in those fishnets and he's showing off his slutty legs. This is what's going on.
My gosh. All right, I'm just gonna click on random match, and we're gonna discuss it. How's that sound? What we got? The men's championship. This one, like we said, DVT has two opportunities, both against members of the Elevated Society. Both of them top members of RAWF, and right now are on pretty good rolls. As you read the rankings earlier, they're both in the top 4. DVT, though, has been looking solid since his arrival in RAWF a couple months ago. So where does DVT walk out with either of these titles, whether it be the men's championship or the national championship?
I definitely don't think he takes the national championship. On this one, I don't know. Like I said, this is the battle of the egos, battle of the loudmouths, however you want to say it. But look, I also get the friend, like, these two are buddies. Like, I don't know
how down and dirty this match is going to get, because at the end of the day, they like each other, which for them, that's saying something. They don't like anybody.
No, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong about that.
So,
well, we will.
I mean, I'll be curious. I suspect Blake is walking out of this with his belt.
We shall see. I'm kind of torn on this one. I really am. You on
He
one
just
hand,
got it. I don't think he's going to turn around and lose it.
This is true. We find out tomorrow. Let's take a what else we got here to look at. This one is.
You actually can't remember the stip, so maybe let's not talk about that one.
Let's go back a little more. Oh, good lord. Next. There we go. I want to talk about
this. This one's interesting.
This one is interesting. Now, Papa Shaker and Chris Cage have won the world title, have won the tag team titles twice.
Yep.
Or maybe even 3 times at this point. I can't remember. It might be.
But you might be right.
But so they're a solid RAWF tag team. There's no doubt about that. Enigma and Jobu, we heard from Enigma earlier. Both of them absolutely decent wrestlers. How they worked together in RAWF, they had a great season. So obviously there is something to that. However, champion's advantage here. I see the Cage Shakers retaining.
I suspect that's true, but like you said, Enigma and Chris have had a hell of a history, and it's not much different between Enigma and Shaker. These 3 all know each other amazingly well. I think Jobo's a bit of the wild card in there. I don't think I don't think he's quite had the history with the other 2 that Enigma has. But that being said, I think Champion's Advantage is going to come into play, and I think the Cage Shakers retain.
I can't disagree. And but if Enigma and Jobu surprise us and win the tag team titles, I don't know that we're going to be able to take it. You know what I mean? It's going to be something we're going to hear about for a while. We shall see. What we got here? Oh, good lord. I think I'm getting this one off here before you go into a trance.
Okay.
And you're still going into a trance.
I mean, that didn't help a lot. All right, that's not going to do it. There, you're fine there.
So Kenta and Des Bryan, as we said, best of 5. This one's a strap match. And I can tell you, I will tell you this much. This is a rankings match. And while one of these 2 gentlemen, is at 26 in the top 25 that you just read off. And they're right there. I'm not going to tell you which one, but this match could put them up into the top 25, which,
So right now, this is the battle of the people trying to graduate from the mitzvah school of pecs.
I mean, okay.
I mean, look at this. As if they even compare to mine. Like, just...
Well, no, they obviously not. But yeah, we shall see. This one's going to be a good one. Kenta, Des Bryan, best of 5. We will see who wins that one when it's all said and done. All right, 2 RAWF Hall of Famers in a buried alive match at Radiversary. Mark is a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about it. But winning big matches isn't one of the things he's best known for here in RAWF. Hobo kind of thrives on these kind of matches, I have to say, I think Hobo may be burying Mark Caliber alive when it's all said and
I mean,
done.
I feel like this is perhaps more in Hobo's train yard, as it were.
I like what you did there. That was good. That really was. Yeah, definitely. But Mark has surprised us before. We will see. Tomorrow at Radiversary, those two compete in a buried alive match. There were quite a few interesting matches that Randy brought up earlier. Let me get this list here. We know Hobo will be taking on Michael Brewer, the hooligan god Michael Brewer, who isn't too far from the top 25 himself in that list that you read off. We know Strangleheart versus Nightcrawler will be an interesting one. This one's going to be good, and it's a top 25 matchup, at least from the one you read off. It is Joe Boo versus Hotshot Chaz. Your thoughts on that one?
My gut says I'm going to go with Chaz, but because I always go with Chaz.
All right. And then we got Vex versus Davila. That's two Hall of Famers going at it. That ought to be a good one. Maeve O'Hare versus the Cougar. The Battle of the Redheads.
Yeah.
And Hall of Famers. Your thoughts?
I think I'm going to be a happy vacant. That's what I think.
We are scheduled to have the First Lady of Anarchy on and Maeve O'Hare. Hopefully, we'll return tomorrow night for the rest of the Radiversary ceremonies. Teflon Sheik, and yes, I know you mentioned earlier, how did he even get back? Well, he found a legal loophole in his contract and was allowed, and I couldn't stop him from reactivating his contract, unfortunately. So he's back, and he is in the top 25 you read off, but so is this Sisulu guy, or Sisulu. We have no idea how that's pronounced, but this I will tell you this. In those rankings that you read off earlier, in those rankings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people at 7-0. All right, there were five. There are 5 people at 7-0, and this guy was one of them. He's what? Where is he on the list? At 19?
Let me look.
Or maybe 21.
Give me a second. I got to pull it back up. I put it away.
Oh.
I normally don't have to reference it again.
You should always be prepared.
Who am I looking for?
Weren't you?
Sisulu is 19.
19. So, 7-0 and only at 19. The guy's not a talker. Absolutely not. In fact, zero trash talk points for Sisulu after 7 matches. So the man is not a talker in any way whatsoever. He should actually be a lot higher than that. But he is undefeated, as are Killer Neptune, Simply the Best, Marquis de Sade, and Dr. Kent, all undefeated in the first 7 matchups of this rankings period, which is 1, 2, 5, 14, and yeah. At any rate. So yeah, we will see. Is this Sisulu for real? We find out, I think, tomorrow against the Teflon Sheik, who seems to be making the most of his return. I spoke of Marquis de Sade being one of the undefeateds. He'll be taking on Papa Shaker, who is also in the top 25.
Speaking of guys who would do much better if he would learn to use a microphone.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Papa Shaker could be. There have been at least 2 or 3 rankings periods that Papa Shaker has been nearly undefeated or undefeated and not spoken.
Well, I was talking about Marquis de Sade, but yes, that's also true about Shaker.
Yeah, it's true about both of them. It's true about both of them. De Sade is definitely has the talent. It depends on when he wants to utilize it. But for the looks of things, we may be seeing him in a contenders match come next month. So Honey Thunder Apples versus Starlight, another battle of the blondes, and Starlight recently returning to RAWF, and she was a force to reckon with when she was serious before.
She was.
We'll see how.
Absolutely true.
And Honey Thunder Apples has been very strong since her debut in RAWF. She was in the top 25 in her very first rankings period. So
And is right now.
and is right now. So yeah, she's definitely started out pretty huge, and a win over Starlight tomorrow would be very big for her. So that is Radiversary in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. We will be live here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this RAWF radio network. And yeah, feel free to join us tomorrow night to see the last three inductees into the RAWF Hall of Fame, as well as we'll talk more about the matchups, and we'll maybe even go over a little Radiversary history. We shall see. This L Vacant, any final thoughts you'd like to add before we call it a night?
Don't take any wooden nickels, and certainly don't try to use them at one of my trucks.
Yeah, I'm like with that. That was good. I like that. All right. For L Vacant, I am Lord Amadeus, and I'm gonna play this song because I can. I do miss Amadeus style, but this one is getting. It's kind of getting up there. We'll see. We will see you all tomorrow night right here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the RAWF Radio Network. Good night, everybody.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Stepping up a ring and onto the mic. Golden locks, throwing chains on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat. Down, turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cake smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. I'm the Lord of Saturday night. One hair thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. From downward walks to power chords, I bring the sound. Paint a soul in the city, gonna take my crown. Turnbuckle legend, radio king. Smack talks deadly when I let it ring. Long blonde hair, fist held high. FUBAR City, my power won't die. Running this town with a steel king smile.